The recent events weigh heavily on our minds. We must needs set them aside for now. We are come to a defining moment in Eorzean history. The grand commemoration of our joint defense of Ishgard. The first time in 15 long years that our people have stood side by side with our neighbors to the north to fight in common cause. This may mark the true rebirth of the Eorzean alliance. Failing that, it should at the very least serve to bring our nations closer together. We have every reason to raise our voices in celebration, do we not? We have bested Dravanians and Asiads both. Against desperate odds we have fought and won. But the primals still plague us. The Empire still plots our subjugation. And our triumphs, remarkable though they are, were brought at a terrible price. Brave adventurers and allies, broken on the steps of faith. Before our eyes, in this very room, our dear friend Brida. This is the victory we have wrought, and it is as bitter ashes in my mouth. I would sooner stay here and invite those with more appetite to enjoy the feast in my stead. Alas, it is a royal banquet, and all our allies will be in attendance. It is our duty to present a united front that we might serve as a beacon of hope to all. It seems I have no choice but to take my own advice. I instructed the others to meet us in Ul'dah, that we might make our grand entrance together. Fortunately, I had to settle for leaving Tataru and Lamed a note. If they do not return quickly, they will have to settle for whatever leftovers I can smuggle out of the fragrant chamber. This guy. Off to the big soiree, Cyrus. Raise a glass for me, eh? Or not, you don't look best pleased, lass. Something on your mind? Oh yeah, he doesn't know. Tell him. By the navigator, Wilred's dead? God damn it, they must know they've been rumbled. Wiener, sod it. It's past time we have this talk. After our last conversation, I got to thinking about where certain funds were coming from. So I had to dig around, on the quiet like. Sure enough, I found it. Seems a fair bit of coins made its way into the Braves' coffers courtesy of a Dodo Consortium. A daft name for a business if I have ever heard of one. Which is what first gave me an inkling that something weren't right. So I went through the ledgers again and found another half-dozen donations from organizations with stupid bloody names. Didn't take long to find a common thread. All were owned by the Mirage Trust. Oh, I'll give the bastard credit. He showed us up for the amateurs we are. Sort of calling one of his businesses the bloody bribery consortium. I don't know what more he could have done to mock our rules on financial contributions. The gods only know how many men of the first and third are taking Telegi's coin, but now we know as some of them are. Would wager me right eye that they're the ones what did for Relred. The earner's young fool had taken to asking the wrong kind of questions, bound to attract attention he was. Could have seen it at the time, but I didn't. God damn me. Still, I don't see what Telegi hopes to accomplish. He hit his scheme with all the care of a drunk pisson in the wind. No, he's cleverer than this, so we need to be clever too. Only way we'll ever repay this debt of blood. We'll purge every one of them traitorous bastards from our ranks. On that you have me word. And Cyrus, mind yourself when you're in Ul'dah, eh? We're headed into a storm. I can smell it. The kind will sweep a man overboard and drag him under before he knows it. Damn, I'm starting to like Rio more and more. Well, time to go to the banquet. See what'll happen here. Look, they're all here. We've been waiting for you, Service. The celebration is due to begin shortly. I'd hoped that we might make our introductions together, but Mistress Momodi just sent word that you are needed at the quicksand. We will go on ahead, Ceres. Pray join us once matters at the quicksand are resolved. Give my regards to Momodi and let her know that I will call upon her anon. Well, hopefully someone can smell if something bad's gonna happen. Damn, it's raining too. That ain't a good sign. I appreciate you dropping in on such short notice. I know you've got places to be, so I won't waste your time. You're friends with a crystal brave by the name of Alia, aren't you? From her adventure? When to think of it, I'm pretty sure you recruited her yourself. Anyway, she came around for a meal not so long ago. Before she left, she asked me to give you a message. Instead of the others ended up dragging you to the feast, I was to see you got it before you made your grand entrance. Meet me at the station west of the coffer and coffin. There's something I'm gonna show you. A short message, I'll grant you. But she thought long and hard before picking those words. Barely touched her food too. Under other circumstances, I'd have thought those signs of a troubled heart. She tells me she ain't planning to ask your thoughts on a gentleman caller. Maybe she also knows what's up, what will happen with it. Maybe he told her where he ended up dying. Yeah, the rain ain't a good sign. As you stand upon the platform, your thoughts begin to wander. And all too soon, the ghosts of comrades lost and enemies slain begin to file your mind's eye in solemn procession. Clearing your head, you scan the horizon, but see no sign of Elian. Where's she? She died too. Turning your ears to listen, you hear the chatter of chikrin and the buzzing of surfeits, but no approaching footfall. Sighing, you bow your head, hoping to notice the vial lying at your feet. Ceres, is that you? What brings you out this way? Laurentius. Lieutenant Alian? Why no, I haven't seen her about. Had she come this way, I guarantee you we would have crossed paths. I must have passed this spot a dozen times. We're to patrol the city's environs on account of the royal banquet. Captain's orders, you understand? Speaking of which, isn't it about to begin? You should be with the other honored guests, enjoying your well-deserved respite. I pray return to Ulda, Ceres. If I chance to meet the lieutenant, I will tell her you were here. Something ain't right. What was that vial I picked up?
Sultan Tree, hallowed spirit of my line. Through my weakness, the glorious house of Ul has all but disappeared beneath the sands. For want of the strength to raise it up again, it were better that it fall. Forgive me, but I know not what else to do.
Bring the vial to Momoti. Don't know what it is. I reckon you'd head straight to the feast after meeting with Elian. What's the matter? No appetite? On this. Well, she wasn't there, but this was, eh? Let's see. It looks to me like an alchemist vial, but beyond that, I can't say. It'd be best if you hold on to it for safekeeping, though. Anyway, no use worrying about Elian. Sure, she'll turn up before too long, and when she does, we'll soon find out what this was all in aid of. Besides, you've got more important things to think about. Would you believe that while you were away, another message arrived for you? Well, one did. One delivered by the Sultana's handmaiden, no less. Seems your grace desires a private audience. Your handmaiden will meet you on the royal promenade and escort you to the Sultana's chambers. What are you waiting for? Go on then, go.
You needn't trouble yourself so. Your grace is most kind, but it is no trouble to me, rather an honor. If your grace is ready, I shall summon the warrior of light. I am.
What's she so set out to do?
Everyone looks to be in high spirits.
With good cause.
A common victory may serve to unite even the most unlikely of allies. You've brought us one step closer to a united Eorzea.
Your modesty knows no bounds, antecedent. Were it not for your efforts, Sir Emmerich would never have become such a steadfast ally. When he convinces his countrymen to rejoin the Alliance, we shall all reap the benefits, military and economic. I tell you, we are on the cusp of a new era of unity and prosperity. Territorial disputes are all that divide us now, but I have faith that we will find an amicable solution in time. And failing that, I'll have my trusty warrior of light box the ears of all concerned. Speaking of whom...
She will be joining us shortly. A matter at the quicksand required her attention, but it did not sound serious.
A lot of stuff is going on. wonder what could be happening. Thank you for coming, madam. Her Grace is most eager to speak with you. If you require a moment to compose yourself before your audience, you may have it. Or if you are ready, it would be my honor to escort you to Her Grace's chambers forthwith. Upon proceeding to the Sultana's chambers, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Okay? Yes, okay then.
Enter. Your Grace, your guest has arrived. Pray, come in and take your ease.
Wonder what she wanted before.
'Tis well that the steps of faith held against the Horde.
And what of the city proper?
We sustained some few losses, but the heart of our nation yet beats with vigor. I am not certain I could say the same had we not received your most generous aid.
An attack on Ishgard is an attack on the realm. We stand together or fall divided.
Such noble words after the fact.
I had hoped to speak in the presence of Her Grace, but it seems she has been delayed. That being the case, now would seem as good a time as any. Honored friends, pray allow me to convey Ishgard's warmest gratitude for your part in the defense of our lands. Tis upon the success of this very alliance that my recommendation to throw open the gates of judgment shall be founded. With the blessing of the Archbishop, it is my hope that Ishgard will soon be reunited with her long-estranged sister nations, and that Eorzea shall once more be as one.
Very well.
Is aught amiss?
Nothing to worry about. I shall return anon.
Stuff happening in the background. I don't know what's gonna happen.
You wished a word, Yu Hase?
You may go. Your Grace. You must be curious as to the reason for this private audience. The matter I would discuss, however, will soon make apparent the need for discretion. I intend to abdicate the throne and dissolve the monarchy. You have seen for yourself the storm of turmoil that howls through our streets. The government fails in its responsibilities, and my subjects suffer the consequences of our incompetence. But I will see them suffer no longer. The victory feast shall provide the stage on which I declare the dissolution of the Sultanate. 'Tis mine intent that the ruling class of our golden city should take its place beside the common man in a fair and equitable republic. No more shall this nation bow to the whims of a privileged few. Yet, that which I propose will entail the tearing up of this city's very foundations. And even Roban, with all his strength and influence, will be hard-pressed to keep his footing on such treacherous ground. Thus would I ask you to lend him a steadying hand. You who have endured the wrath of innumerable foes are the one hero in whom I can place my trust. Will you do this thing for me?
Of course.
I am truly grateful. More grateful than I can well express. Much of my dread for the coming days has been quieted.
What happened? What? Oh no. This is the first thing they see. It's just me and her.
Your Grace!
And then I have the vial on me too.
Her Grace, the Sultana, is dead. Poison in her wine? You did this!
What do you mean?
Spare us your denials! I see no other suspects, and the room has but the one entrance. I hereby accuse you of regicide. Men, arrest this viper.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Sir, barring a few exceptions, we have detained all those with allegiance to the Scions. The Rising Stones is also under our control.
It's a fucking snake.
And what do you hope to achieve with this mutiny?
Why, that which we have striven for all along, Commander. The salvation of Eorzea.
is the meaning of this?
Knights from the homeland. This cannot bode well.
Lord Commander, we have received an urgent message from the Holy See. I am grieved to report that your serpentine foes have resumed their assault. Needless to say, your presence is urgently required. These knights have come to bear you swiftly home to Ishgard.
A surprise attack?
We've had no such word from our men, and the timing is most fortuitous to catch us away from the city.
Most fortuitous indeed.
Lord Commander, we must away.
You have been a most gracious host. I hope that I might one day return the favor. Come, Lucia.
You know something's going on. At him. The Thancred.
Whatever is going on in there? Ah, the ever-dutiful brass blades. I must apologize, but my dance card is rather full. Another time, perhaps?
Banquet of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. You stand accused of committing acts of espionage in service to the Garlean Empire.
Espionage? What in the seven hells are you talking about? Ah, if you're referring to that business with the Ultima weapon, then you must understand, I wasn't myself.
Literally.
Under interrogation, an Imperial prisoner revealed your involvement in numerous dealings with the enemy. We've also been investigating reports that you are a practitioner of forbidden arts. You'd best come along with us.
You invite me to your party and now you want me to leave? I do so detest receiving mixed signals. Come then. I believe I've lost my appetite for this farce of a celebration.
You go too far, Lord Adeleji. By what right do you march armed soldiers into a royal banquet and eject state visitors without her grace's consent? You treat the brass blades as your personal army and show contempt for the throne with your every act. Leave us, now.
Is that an order, General? Mayhap you have mistaken me for one of your flames. You will find I am not so slavishly obedient. As you lecture me on personal armies. As for your outrageous claim that I have shown contempt for the throne, let all here observe that it was not I who feasted while an assassin removed its occupant. I expect this is your idea of defending the nation, is it? This and diluting our forces through these distractions in Cartano and Kurthus. I do begin to see how the ranks of the Immortal Flames came to be riddled with Garlean sympathizers. You are plainly unfit for command.
Wait, goddamn you. Your words make no sense. What assassin?
You mean to say you don't know? We caught the vaunted champion of the Scions in her grace's private chambers, not moments after the deed was done.
No! No, this cannot be!
Save your breath. You will need it to plead your case. You and your entire order are to be tried for this atrocity. Bring in the prisoner!
He wasn't on it too,
This
a
woman
motherfucker.
stands accused of poisoning Her Royal Majesty Nanamu Namo and his suspected accessories to the crime. All members of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn will be detained for questioning.
This is madness!
What a pity. Who'd have thought your tale would end like this?
Should you demand further proof, a vial with traces of the substance used to poison Her Grace was found upon the assassin's person.
How very convenient.
You would speak of convenience? Who persuaded Her Grace to host this celebration? A diversion which presented you and your confederates ample opportunity to commit the crime, and a crowd within which to fade from view. A more convenient occasion I could scarcely imagine.
How dare you! After all we have done for Uldar!
Hold your tongue, witch! I'll not be ensorcelled! I know all about the dark gift that you and your disciples wield. Oh yes, I've observed how you worked upon the minds of the Alliance leaders, bending them to your will. And what of your cordial relationship with Sir Emmerich? For years, Ishgard abjured all contact with the outside world, and now the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights treats you with the familiarity of a childhood friend. I'll tell you what I think. I think this desperate defense of Ishgard was but a ruse to deceive us into dividing our forces. Your next move will be to charm your Kurthan allies into invading our lands. Now that is truly ridiculous.
How do you even think of this stuff?
She cannot be dead. Stand aside, Ilbert. I want to see the Sultana.
Spare yourself the pain, brother. I saw her with my own eyes. For a mercy, the poison took her swiftly. Her handmaiden can attest to that.
This cannot be. Nanamo. Nanamo. No!
Plainly, the Royalists can no longer be relied upon to keep our nation safe. And so it falls to the monitorists of the Syndicate to govern Uldar. But should you wish to help us, General, we would be more than happy to entrust the task of planning Her Grace's funeral to you. It seems only right that you should bury your precious Sultana, and we will be glad to be rid of that burden.
I'll bet you will. You more than any man.
Whatever do you mean?
I mean you had her killed, you black-hearted bastard!
What rot! Though I did have sufficient motive, 'tis true. That young lady caused me no end of grief. She always was a most unwilling puppet. I dare say Her Grace was grateful that someone thought to cut her strings.
You would mock her, then mock her from hell!
What?
Oh my god. Oh my god. good. Fuck him.
Have you lost your mind, General? It is forbidden to draw steel in the royal chambers, much less slaughter our fellow syndicate members. You're one of them. You've been in league with the Scions all along.
You're next, you scheming bastard!
Raban!
Seven hells!
Admiral, we must leave.
Ah!
Would it not back me up?
How unlike you, old friend. I did not expect to take your arm so easily.
Take the Scions into custody. They have conspired to commit regicide. And arrest this traitor as well.
Ilbert, I hope you choke on their coin.
'Tis better than the dirt I've supped on these long years. We can't all abandon Alamigo and become great war heroes as you have. You are not the man you once were, Raban. Since that girl strapped the yoke around your neck, you've become docile. She took the mad bull and cut off his balls, and a bull that cannot rot is fit for naught but slaughter. Shall I tell you who really killed your precious Sultana? It was me.
You die! I never doubted you, not for a moment. But there is more to this than I yet understand. Flee this place. Clear your names. Find out who is behind this plot. It is the only way. Now go!
I want to kick his ass. Come on.
Ah, there you are.
Thancred, where have you been?
Also getting chased.
Avoiding the fumbling advances of some very persistent admirers. When I realized the celebrations had turned sour, it seemed prudent to slip away and take stock of the situation. 'Twould appear that much of the city is already under tight guard. It occurs to me that expanding the Brass Blade's authority may not have been such a wonderful idea after all.
The success of this plan was contingent upon those thugs having the run of the place. Just how long has this scheme been in motion?
The careful preparations, the maneuvering of forces. I am inclined to agree with the General's insistence that a deeper plot exists here.
So, would I be right in thinking we now have an excuse to pummel as many brass blades as we like?
Unless you plan on pummeling them all, I'm not sure that will greatly aid our cause.
The Sultana's assassination was but one part of the scheme. We too were its targets. And though we did not share Ponanimo's fate, we are yet hobbled by the charges laid at our door. Where now might we seek refuge?
Where indeed, we may safely assume that our foe has thought to have the Rising Stones watched.
Forgive me for stating the obvious, but our choice of destination will matter little if we cannot secure an escape route out of Ul'dah. Happily, I believe I can provide one. Papa Shan once told me about the passages hidden in the walls of the palace. If I recall correctly, the fireplace in Animo's chambers conceals the entrance to a tunnel. It should lead outside the city and allow us to avoid any messy confrontations.
The rest of you go on ahead. I'll handle this lot.
By yourself? I suppose I shall just have to join you.
Crystal Braves too, huh? Now this should be interesting.
Ida! Papalimo!
We will hold our pursuers here. Hurry, now! Find this tunnel of Thancreds.
Minfilia, we cannot linger.
Oh my, what? What?
Now look what you've done.
Ida, are you all right? There are just too many of them.
I'm fine. I could do this all day. How about you?
Nearing the end of my tether.
Well, there's gotta be some Crystal Braves that don't believe them.
This is so stupid. We're the scions of the Seventh Dawn. The ones who stand between this realm and the evil that's trying to destroy it.
And if you think we'll leave the stewardship of Eorzea to the likes of your masters, then you're sorely mistaken.
Sorry I dragged you into this, Popolimo.
'Tis hardly the first time, and I'll be damned if it will be the last. Let them have it, Ida!
I was hoping you'd say that.
Oh my god.
I never knew such a watercourse existed beneath Uldar.
The architecture is of the Sildine style, if I'm not mistaken. The ancients plainly foresaw the need for a ready means of escape.
Year 2?
This way!
Well, that didn't take long. It seems these tunnels were not as secret as I'd hoped.
You two, go on ahead. Thancred and I will deal with this.
What do you mean to do?
Only that which is required to ensure that the dawn's light survive to brighten the morrow.
Fear not, antecedent. You haven't seen the last of these fair features.
My friends.
Leave us!
What is the plan, milady? Shall I take the dozen on the left and you the dozen on the right? The odds are not exactly stacked in our favor.
Numbers will count for little when I bring the tunnel down upon their heads. Though I cannot say I relish the thought of being entombed with you for all eternity.
You wound me. I will have you know that many a maid would kill for the chance to spend forever at my side. Now, may I have the last dance?
Well, this is going splendidly. Now would be a good time, milady!
'Tis done! Forgive me, Mitra.
Farewell, Nymphilia.
Gwendolyn, she speaks to me. No. I must remain behind, but you cannot stay with me.
I stay by myself. What?
Please, you must go on. You are the warrior of light. You are hope for the Scions and for all the realm. As long as your flame continues to burn, the light of the dawn may ever be relit. You must escape and save Eorzea from those who would plunge it into darkness. "'Tis the only way.
Where can I go though? I think they'd have the Waking Sands also. Oh my! Thank you for the raid, Electronic Ghost. We've been watching this cutscene for about an hour.
I am glad to see you
Oh my
safe,
God.
my friend. What of the others?
Thank you everybody for following. Oh my!
Damn that man! Taleji played me for a fool. I thought the Crystal Brave's mine till the very moment I felt the blade at my back.
There will be ample time for soul-searching later. For now, we must put some arms between us and Ul'dah.
Who is this? New friend, hopefully. Hopefully one that won't betray us. Is it this guy again?
Well, would you look who it is? Need a ride? I doubt it'll be half as exciting as the last trip we took. Not if I have anything to say about it anyway. Let's not dawdle, eh? All aboard!
Thank you, Electronic Ghost, for the follow. Thank you, Hika Senshi, for the follow. Thank you, Reaper Colt, for the follow. Thank you, Lyser Shanks, for the follow. Oh my. Thank you, Toasty Keys, for the follow. Where are we gonna go now? We're literally fugitives.
I was stocking up on supplies over in Vesper Bay, you see, when your sister come up and begged a favour. Said her brother was having some trouble down in Ul'dah, and likely needed a helping hand getting away.
Ooh, Alizé?
But thinking them ruins would make a fine hiding place, I decided to try there first. And lo and behold, there you were. Aye,
And judging by them soldiers as were pouring out of the city, I arrived not a moment too soon. Must have been fate that we happened to find you there, though, eh?
Apparently, it's like the third time I've seen him.
I had thought to look out for Alize, but 'twould appear she was the one watching over me. I've made such a mess of things.
And who might you be, young sir?
I want to know too.
Pippin Taropin, Vice Marshal of the Immortal Flames.
Oh my, look at those flowing locks.
I had been on the Alamegan front these past few moons, but an urgent communication called me back to Uldar. Scarce had my boots touched the cobbles, though, when the streets erupted with cries of assassination. I immediately went in search of answers, and came across Master Alfino here. Needless to say, I did not think his imprisonment justified. The blame plainly lies with the Monetarists. Their greed and corruption are well known to me, but for them to take advantage of the situation with such alacrity...
Was that Pippin, you said? Ain't that the name of General Alden's lad?
Yes, I am his son. Adopted, of course. 'Twas only as we were leaving Uldar that I learned of father's fate. Once I have seen you a safe distance away, I mean to return to the city and extricate him from this madness.
Then you needn't travel no further than Blackbrush. Our fugitives have a friend waiting for them there.
I dreamed of bringing about Eorzea's salvation, but in the end...
Well, sorry if I'm not talking too much, just kind of soaking in everything that just happened.
'Twas I who needed saving.
Oh, them soldiers will keep searching for a while yet. Reckon we'll take the carriage back towards Ul'dah and get the lay of the land. Maybe provide a distraction if need be. You three wait here. Help will be along shortly. Stay strong, friends. The real fight's to come. Alright, let's go. And Bremen's got my back ever since the beginning. Yeah, what was all that happened? I still can't believe I just saw Raubon slice a man in half. God. The most unassuming folk can prove to be our greatest allies. That fellow was but a passing merchant, yet he lent us aid without a moment's hesitation, or any hint of concern for his own safety. Though I can well imagine how a man could feel inspired to risk all in your presence. Father spoke often of you, Ceres, and long have I looked forward to our first meeting. Needless to say, this is not at all how I envisioned it. Master Alphino, you must not give in to despair. That would only play into our enemy's hands. So long as you and Ceres are free, we may still set things right. Forgive me, Marshal Taropin, but Alphino, my boy, sorry to keep you waiting. Ooh. Sid, what are you doing here? Pulling you out of the fire as usual. Your merchant friend told me everything. Truly? Then he is no merchant but an angel in peddler's clothing. But tell us, how do you intend to bear our friends to safety? I had the Enterprise but a short distance away. All I need is a destination. We must find a place beyond the reach of both the Monetaris and the Crystal Braves. Kurthis, maybe? I mean, they kind of... Yeah, Kurthis. Ishikar will not suffer the intrusion of foreign forces in their territory. But I did see the Asians with the Archbishop. That one scene. That settles it. With me, everyone. Will they believe us? Not I fear. I must remain here. I dare not abandon Ul'dah to the Monetaris and their cronies. You may be certain that they will seek to defame you, both here and in the other city-states, but know that I shall do my utmost to thwart their every effort. Frankly, I do not expect it to be much of a challenge. The small folk will not turn so easily on the Warrior of Light and her allies, no matter what the Monetaris claim. Marshal Terrapin, I know not what to say. Ha! Now that father will labor to believe. But enough talk. You must go, Master Alphino. Your airship awaits. Get into Kurthis. At least we can really go. Up, up. There's no rest for the righteous. Hopefully there's more people to help this guy. Hopefully these guys will believe us too. We should make for Camp Dragonhead and speak with Lord Hartfont. Mayhap he will know what to do. I've never seen Alphino this dejected. Sense. Ira. Crystal Braves basically turned against him, at least for all we know. There is Riol, who also knew that something wasn't good. Something was up. Hopefully he was able to make it out. Everybody else that believed us. Oh my, look at him. Master Alphino told me your tale, Ceres. It warms my heart that you should turn to me before all others, and I shall endeavor to deserve your trust. Alas, the situation here has grown more complicated in your absence. It would be best if I explained in full. Explain away, my good sir.
There has been word from the capital. Ishgard has weathered another assault, and 'tis said several wyverns broke through into the city proper. The temple knights succeeded in slaying the beasts, but the intrusion prompted orders to further strengthen the guard and to place the city under a perpetual state of alert. How keenly we feel the loss of our wards at the gates of judgment. Yet we must not bemoan our misfortune. Sir Emmerich is safely returned from Ul'dah, and once more leads the defense of Ishgard. As for the matter of your asylum, I am afraid no progress will be made until the threat to our nation is diminished. But do not despair. You are not without allies. You are more than welcome to shelter here for as long as you wish. Pray, think of it as a new headquarters of sorts. The Falling Snows, or some such. All frivolity aside, any who come here in search of you will receive no aid from House Forton. For once, the Ishgardian reputation for inhospitality shall work in our favor. Agents of Ul'dah will find their every inquiry dismissed, and their every request for entry rebuffed, until such time as their masters have acknowledged your innocence. You once fought to preserve the honor of my dear friend. 'Tis a blessing that I may now repay that debt in kind. But let us dwell no more on this. Pray, join the rest of your companions.
Did anybody else make it here?
It's bitterly cold this day. I suspect there are those who might welcome the warmth your presence brings.
I get to go in the what was it called, the syllabus. Greetings, madam. Shall I show you inside? Upon proceeding to the yeah, there you go. Several cutscenes will play in sequence again. To recommend that you set aside. Yep. I can't put it down. It's 4 a.m. but I can't put it down. Tataru, you're safe. Alpha Osiris, is it really you? Yes. I was just gonna cry. I'm so happy that you are. I wanna hug her. I tried contacting Manipulating and the others, but no one will respond. And then Crystal Braves, our own people, turned on us in the marketplace. Father Bean told me to run, and so I did. I ran and I ran until my lungs burned and my feet ached. I lost my way and then... Fortunately, I had observed some of the Braves behaving suspiciously beforehand. Finally see your face. Ah yes, my mask. It was lost in the struggle. Pretty, isn't she? Very pretty. Anyway, after Yagiri found me, we traveled to Vesper Bay and met up with Urianger. When we told him what had happened, he used his magics to weave a glamour around the Wicking Sands. From the outside, our old headquarters now looks like an abandoned storehouse. The transformation didn't take long either. Apparently, Urianger started making preparations after the Imperial attack, just in case the Empire ever chose to pay another visit. Good thinking, eh? Sorry, where was I? Yeah, so we waited there at the Wicking Sands, hoping others would come, but no one else did. My people are searching for the other Scions even as we speak, but we have met with no success as yet. I had hoped that you might be able to suggest further places to look. But you should know, the Rising Stones did not share the Wicking Sands' good fortune. Only Crystal Braves await you there. Be that as it may, we yet have cause to hope, do we not? The two of you escaped. Is it not impossible that the others could have done so as well? We have been forsaken by men and women believed true, but rest assured that the people of Doma yet stand with you. We welcome this opportunity to repay our debts, and shall continue our efforts to locate the others and see the Scions restored to their rightful place of honor.
"'Tis all my doing. I believed myself the only one who truly understood Eorzea's woes. And look what that arrogance has wrought. I gave commands, influenced governments with my certainty. I treated the Crystal Braves, and even the Scions themselves, as pawns in my great scheme to save the realm. But in my headlong rush into imagined glory, I paid no heed to the ground upon which I trod. The salvation of Eorzea. What was it that I hoped to achieve? Did I believe that I could rid the realm of every danger and difficulty? That I could defeat the Empire and the Ascians, and find homes for every refugee? Oh yes, I was so very clever. Become a guardian of Eorzea, I implored, and sat back to watch my perfect army cleanse the land of chaos. It was all but a means to feed my own vanity. Only when all is lost do I finally realize the truth.
Oh, Alfino.
So, Master Alfino, are you content to remain a broken blade? Is there no flame hot enough to reforge you? What of the fine companions who yet stand at your side? I dare say the fires of their determination will soon have you slicing the air again with your customary wit.
Yeah, come on,
I
Apple.
deserve such friendship. And besides, where are we to go?
Alphino, if I may? Should this place not serve our purpose, then we shall go to Ishgard. Minfilia told me many times, as long as we stand fast against despair, the beacon of hope will never be lost to sight. Be it in the snow or in the clouds, we few will see that the dawn's light shines again.
You are right, Tataru. Thank you. And thank you for your kind words, Lord Orchefon. 'Tis true that Eorzea yet has her guardians. The Scions have achieved much, and 'twould be remiss of me to discard it all in a fit of self-pity. Let us then resume our journey, together, one step at a time.
But then, seeing Tataru cry makes my fucking pulls at the heartstrings, you know? Too adorable. Oh my god. That's the credits right there. Ooh. How's this part? What the fuck?
All has been arranged as you desired, my...
Fuck, I didn't mean to do that, sorry. This son of a bitch. Why do you look angry? Is it because we escaped? Raban. There's the see. But you had a fucking part in something. This. Oedipus. Umbrialis is no more. Who the heck are they? The Ardor was not his to invoke. His demise was of his own making. Nevertheless, it concerns me. They have extinguished that which should rightly be eternal. Mayhap he was not wholly mistaken. Greater haste may be warranted. We are one mind. The northern lands, then? The earth is fertile, and the seeds well sown. By my will they shall reap salvation unlike any the world has known. By his will. By his will. Guys really gotta get some. What? What? Excuse me? What? Have answered thy summons, emissary. Speak and make thine intent known. What? What do you mean? I would speak of fate, Archon. Yours, mine, the fate of this very star. Did it reach this part? Yeah. What the fuck? So much shit just went down. What the fuck? Oh my god. So is this the end of like the whole of A Realm Reborn? And am I now in Heaven's Ward or like pre-Heaven's Ward? I guess I'll find out right now. The fucking dragon.
Thou thinkest sanctuary lieth beyond.
I think you gotta speak faster. Fuck.
Delusion. Despair. Death. Thou shalt find naught else here.
It felt good when Raoban cut Teleji in half. Preserve the dawn to light the heroes journeyed north. Their hearts filled with hope and eyes fixed heavensward. Oh my. They said it! New chapter, New Game Plus has been added. Oh, that's the last one. Am I in Heaven's Ward now?